What's going on? We got Umar from Bahrain TV. Look at this guy. Oh my God, man. Dude, I want to be on your show.
Yeah, I know. I want to introduce you.
Yes.
I want to. I can't wait. Actually, the same thing I was talking about you.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested in your story.
And we're confused.
We are, but you're going to have to subscribe,
Like, watch
watch.
to find out.
What is going on, guys? It's going to be a good one right here with Hustle Kitchen. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hustle Kitchen podcast. We are on episode 3 with your co-host Omar Rana and myself, Hussein Husseini. Today's show, we have a very important guest, Baraa. He is actually the host of every influencer, business person, or a creative person in Bahrain on BTV on his show called Bahrain Now. And we're going to talk to him about much more than TV. The effect of Instagram, the effect of social media on your personal life and how it affected him and the differences and the way he sees life today. And you know what? The thing is, if you want to understand the effect that social media has on you, just stay tuned for the show and I hope you enjoy it. Baraa,
What is going on?
what's up?
What's happening?
Hey man, how are you?
Good. What about yourself, man?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. I think you've got some really interesting stuff to tell us today.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hey, Baraa, man, I love coming on your show.
Oh, dude, you were amazing. I mean, I still remember, going on TV, and then Mahmoud, the producer of the show itself, he comes in. So you're here as what?
As what?
As what? Because there's so many things. He wears a lot of hats. Either it's marketing or a motivational speaker, a consultant, and he was all of that on the show. I mean, you were on fire.
Hey, dude, you know what? Like, when I came on the show, I felt nervous. Seriously. Like, you're going on BTV, you're like going in front of everyone.
Right, right.
I felt nervous, to be honest. And then when I saw Mahmoud, I was like, it made me feel relaxed in a way. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Okay.
So, what's up? The Baraa, I was looking forward to this
Okay.
because I want to reverse the tables now one day.
Let's go. Let's go.
Like you're interviewing everyone on Bahrain Now. Is that the name of the show?
Bahrain Now, yeah. What's
Bahrain
happening now?
What's happening now?
So, before we get into those questions, so tell us
Yes.
a little bit about you. Like, why is this your jam? You seem like you can do quite a lot of different things. You've definitely got the voice for this stuff.
Thank you.
But like, why TV presenting? Give us the quick version of that.
That's a good question.
And it's actually a good question. It just happened. Honestly, it
Really?
just happened. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, I never saw myself on TV. Never. I mean, I started off as an MC. I go on stage and hold the mic. It's like, make some noise! And that kind of stuff, And I was doing a lot of gaming events, that kind of stuff. And then my brother-in-law at that time, he's still a good brother.
Yeah. Still a good brother. Always.
So he said, hey, you're good at this. I know a friend who works for Bahrain TV. Give me your papers. You may actually get something on Bahrain TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, let's go. So he takes my paper. And 2 or 3 weeks later, I was called to do an audition, for the Bahrain News channel.
Okay.
And I'm like, I became a newsreader.
Yeah.
First for the
That's
sports,
cool.
which I knew
That's
nothing about
cool.
sports in the beginning. The thing is about being a newsreader for sports is, the names.
Yeah.
I butchered a lot of names.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like,
With sports, of course.
I had this voice like, welcome to the sport news happening here on Bahrain News. So, actually scored, 6 Niners. What is 6 Niners? Anyways, and then they said, okay, you're good, but let's just try business. And apparently that's where I clicked more.
The business side.
The business side. Slowly but surely, I was doing all this business stuff. And then one of the guys in Bahrain TV, Hassan Adoy, big shout out, said, dude,
Hassan Doi, the racing guy.
you know Hassan Adoy.
I know Hassan Doi.
Okay.
The racing startup guy.
Why don't you know him? Yeah, of course.
Startup.
You don't know Hassan
Yeah, startup.
Doi?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
He
had-
made a lot of video content.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he
I
was
met
like
him. Yeah.
For racing.
Racing, yeah. really
racing.
nice
He was like
content, yeah.
streaming services, like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
I remember.
He called me up.
What happened to that?
Oh, well, it didn't go.
Sad face.
It's not there anymore?
It's not there. You can have him on a podcast for that.
Oh, shit.
His content was so
didn't,
nice.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of his stuff. It was really nice.
Yeah. Now he does full-time streaming. Like, actually
He's a
professional.
streamer.
He's like a professional streamer, for
That's
big
great.
events.
That's great.
Oh, really?
With the cameras and the equipment. So he called me up saying that we would like to have a show about technology. I said, no. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going to talk about pop culture and video gaming. And
Yeah.
for 3 years, we went international with that show. Like, we're talking about content that never happened ever
Yeah.
in Bahrain TV's
Give us an
history.
example. What does international mean?
Like, well, for example, that I was called by Sony PlayStation.
Oh, cool.
They flew me all the way to Los Angeles
By PlayStation.
by PlayStation themselves.
Sony.
That's
so
You know,
cool.
I had
To do what?
to actually cover E3, if you ever heard of it.
Wow, yeah.
No way.
bro.
Yeah.
How? Okay, tell us. Okay, what was that like? Coming from an island where Sony perhaps don't look in this corner of the world to give it
Okay.
coverage. What was that journey like? Going to be like, yo, I'm over in your headquarters.
Here's the thing. I did something that no YouTuber was able to do or
What's
could
that?
do.
What's
It's
that?
credibility. Dude, like, here's the thing. YouTubers will have their content on their YouTube channel.
Sure.
Bahrain TV is aired on, it's there at every hospital, every
Yeah.
school, courts,
yes.
and the airport. So I did a coverage for a game called Uncharted 4. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of it? So that was pretty
I'm
much.
not a big gamer.
Well,
personally.
it's a huge game.
It's a huge game.
By Naughty Dog. So that game was there, on, at the airport,
Yeah.
the big screen. So I took a video. It's like, hey, Sony, your game is on here in the airport. They couldn't do that. I think they had some challenges to have that on Dubai's airport, but
Yeah.
it's on Bahrain's
Yeah.
airport now, and it's happening. So that's one thing like TV did that YouTubers could not do, right? So I was the only TV channel representative at E3 from the GCC or the Middle East.
crazy.
You know? I mean, I think there was somebody from NBC as well, but that was like for another show. But for E3, I flew in as Bahrain TV, and that's the first time Bahrain TV actually goes to that show.
I have
What
to,
was it?
I
Wait,
have to.
let's-
Wait.
let's
Before
say the journey,
you do
man.
that. Before
Let's
you do
say the
that.
journey.
I know we have a lot of questions here. I have to ask one question.
Ask away
As a gamer,
as a gamer.
do you know like Devil's Game or
Yes.
Devil Station?
Yes.
Allah,
I worked with him a lot, yeah.
and he's huge.
A bit too big, yeah.
You right? And by the way, do you know he's the next guest on the show?
No way.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Allah, have fun. It's going to be good. Ask for green tea.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, so knowing like how this thing's blowing up,
Right.
what was your YouTube, Instagram like in those days?
Well, thing is, I didn't have much of YouTube going on, but I had my Instagram account. Had my Instagram account, and it
Had?
was had it. Yeah.
It wasn't Devil Station, by the way, but you know what? It's okay.
Okay.
What happened to you next?
What happened? Yeah. Instagram was pretty much an account that people get to see what I was doing, but not only that, they get to learn out of my experience.
Sure.
But then, still remember it took place last April. The last post I had was with Sheikh Abdullah Khalifa, who was the owner. He is the owner of a Beftiki restaurant, the Greek cuisine.
Yeah.
Okay.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Cool guy. All of that. Was too kind to actually ask me to go and help him out and to be with him when he was receiving the award of the best Mediterranean cuisine. And that I wanted to post that, and I couldn't. And I did it several times.
You couldn't.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
couldn't.
trying to use his account here.
Yeah, I was trying-
Describe what happened.
So-
What do you mean you
So
couldn't?
here's the crazy part. My account got deleted while I was in the application itself.
What? So you're using it.
So imagine you were like you're living, right? You're breathing. All of a sudden, your body's dying. But
God.
like we're doing everything. We're moving, but my body's dying slowly. And all of a sudden,
Why?
So there's no notification. There's nothing.
Nothing.
They don't
So-
send you an email. Nothing. They just
nothing.
turned off.
I didn't
your
know what's
account.
going on. I just knew that it got deleted like an hour or two after. So what happened is that I tried everything. I tried a different Wi-Fi. Like tried whatever, and everything went off. I thought I got blocked by people, but apparently no. I was being deleted in the process of being deleted. So what happened is that after I logged off, okay, and I reinstalled the application again, then they gave me the notification. Oh, by the way, you've been banned.
You've been banned.
Did you do anything weird?
Not that I know of. No politics. No, content. Nothing religious. Nothing about COVID. Nothing at all.
And they just deleted you.
Just like that.
It's just
like that.
That was it.
It's crazy.
That was it. Yeah, that
So
was
you,
it.
you weren't doing anything weird. You hadn't traveled a lot, so there wasn't some weird thing
Nothing.
about looking like
Nothing.
your account was malicious.
At all. So at that point, I was just trying to figure out how to get my account back. Right?
Okay.
And I've been asking questions, like people around me. It's like, what can I do? And so, just do this. Don't worry about it. Apparently there's like something going on with a new bot, a new AI, new algorithm going around, just closing down accounts just like that, left, right, and center.
So you had never used any of these tools to get fake followers?
No,
nothing like this?
no. Didn't even
From
bother.
what I understand, like they're only like deleting or blocking accounts that they see as political. It's not political,
I
was
don't
it?
think, it's not just political.
Nothing.
There's a range of
Nothing.
things.
It's just the AI going
Okay,
wrong.
so
See
then-
your robots, your robots.
It went rogue, maybe. I don't know.
No, I have to say this because Omar loves robots, and I'm like,
I mean, loves
this
is
is
very
your
strong.
robots going
A
wrong.
cyborg robot,
No.
like fantasies and robot and metal.
It's
No?
to do with humanizing the.
You're trying to
So
translate. It's not accurate.
Basically, my interests lie in the next evolution of business with AI. And it isn't about just making a robot do a task. It's about making it user-friendly for human experience. Those were my
But they
interests
don't
lie.
get it.
Yeah.
And this is
they-
an example.
Who are you talking about they?
No, I'm saying the robots, as in the robots. The robots don't get
User
it.
friendly, like
So he got deleted because of robots.
A
maybe,
bot.
maybe not. But just as a quick
Yeah.
version from this. So imagine you did have a robot that did your tasks for you, did your washing, did your cooking, did your cleaning.
helper.
A helper.
Yeah.
But like somebody has to program how
Yeah.
to interact, how this thing interacts with you, right?
Pure AI. Yeah.
Yeah. So pure AI is it doing the task, but how it actually interacts with you, the soft skills. if you
Okay.
will, that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in.
So-
Someone has to develop it.
Wow.
This is a rabbit hole.
So anyway-
I always say this on every show. We don't want to go
Yeah,
down a
we're
rabbit
not
hole.
talking about me, but anyway. So what?
We're
happened
talking about
after-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So what happened with you next? So you contacted them or what?
So what happened is that I appealed at least 25 times.
Okay.
I went to 2 lawyers.
Okay. Wow. You went
Lawyers?
to lawyers.
Yeah, I went to 2 lawyers.
Shit.
Anyway,
3
in-
companies.
in Bahrain.
Yep, Bahrain. Went to 3 companies who all said, yeah, we can make it happen. Somebody faced the same problem, but it will take some time. I'm like, no props. And then I even had somebody who works in Instagram.
Okay.
Never replied back.
Yeah.
I mean, shame on you, man.
No, that's crazy. That's
Seriously,
crazy.
seriously.
And so what were any of these lawyers or companies getting a reply or just all being ignored?
So what happened is that what they do, they place an appeal saying that, hey, we had a problem with this account. Please just let us know what's going on and get it back.
Yeah.
So they know the process.
Yeah.
So the first month, second month, I was like, okay. But then as I'm not getting any replies, and that's where it started to hit me. And
crazy.
then I went into depression.
Wait. Before you get there,
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
And you said you went through depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you go through depression because of that?
Because, dude, we're talking about 10 years of my life.
Deleted.
Deleted. I'm talking about the first day that I bought the house. You know, the wedding of my ex-wife.
Oh my God.
You know, and then we had a beautiful Japanese wedding because I used to work for the Japanese embassy, and they threw that for me. You know, I loved it. The first day my son entered the house, you know, back in 2011. The first day he went to school. The last day I had to leave the house.
So you're talking about your memories.
Everything. Not only that, my interviews with Jason Momoa, Michael Fassbender, if you know him, the voice of Metal
You
Gear.
interviewed Michael Fassbender?
Yes.
Oh, no
Here's the
way,
crazy
bro.
part. I was the first person ever in his life to interview him on a stage at a Comic-Con.
No, that's crazy. Oh my God.
So that was memory, right?
that's a
Not only that, Jason Momoa, the first time he makes an appearance in Saudi Arabia, I was there to interview him on stage.
I'll be honest, I don't know who that is.
Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Okay, Game of Thrones. You guys watch Game of Thrones?
Of course, yeah. I love Game of Thrones.
Euron Greyjoy,
Yeah?
good friend.
No
Philo
way.
aspect, yeah. I interviewed Hodor.
No way.
I interviewed at least 5 to 7 individuals out of Game of Thrones.
And you didn't have a backup of any of this
How would you,
content.
who backs up Instagram?
didn't know,
what
man.
human
Because you
is
trust,
doing that?
because in some weird level, you trust the
I
Instagram.
blindly trusted Instagram.
Yeah,
Because
I do. I
we
do
all
that.
do.
I
We
do
all
that.
do. I use it as my vault. Like
I trust
you do.
Facebook.
Yeah,
I
use
trust
it as my
Instagram.
vault.
So I trusted them. I used to.
To keep your data.
Yeah, like, why would I even have a backup? I trust
Yeah.
them more than Google. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So my interviews with Noah Schnapp, Stranger Things, I interviewed 2 individuals from Stranger Things,
Far out.
Justice
Crazy.
League, Marvel movies,
So then what
voice
happened?
actors,
Okay,
all
so
gone.
What was the last reply they gave you?
Nothing.
Oh, so there's no reply.
Oh, wait. No, there was a reply in Portuguese.
In Portuguese.
In Portuguese, what
Yes,
does that say?
25 appeals in English, and they sent me a reply in Portuguese.
What, did you translate it? What
Yeah,
did
it
it say?
said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll get back to you." It never
Okay,
happened.
I have to pivot this conversation for a little bit. How did that make you feel as a person?
Dude, I felt like I lost a big thing.
You felt you lost a big part of your life because of that?
Yes.
I think anyone would.
Yes,
I think
man.
today's day, the
Not
way
only
we're
that,
using
because
it, you would.
that account was making me money. I had an income out of it.
Was it because of the money or was it because of
Dude,
your identity?
it was what I was. The thing is, it was my marketing tool. I used to market myself. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
can you just show us what you did before a client want to see your work? So I just send them the Instagram account. It's like, you're hired.
I can imagine.
TV work, news reading, emceeing events around the world. I did events in the Maldives, in Hong
This
Kong,
impacted
Macau.
your financial situation pretty heavily.
Dude, like,
It's hard.
few days before my account got deleted, I signed a contract with a bank to create them content because of my account. And few days later, my account got deleted.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I don't know what to do now anymore.
Did you speak to an American lawyer about this, by the way?
An American lawyer?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Because what you're describing is...
Do you have a solution?
Well, no, but that's just you need to speak to an American lawyer because their terms and conditions do say, like, we've got the right to delete your account. But given that you've not been deleted for any nefarious act, you didn't do anything against their terms and conditions, and you have got a very identifiable loss, I would speak to an American lawyer.
If I knew earlier, I would have done that.
You've got 6
I would
years,
have done
bro.
that.
How long
I
ago?
think
How
you've got
long
6
ago are we
years.
talking
April.
about?
Yeah, so...
April this year.
April this year.
So I'm
Dude,
pretty
this
sure
is
you got...
recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure you got 5 more years to make that claim.
Oh no,
don't
I would listen to him.
I know UK law more.
His background is law.
I have a
I
new
get it.
account right now. Would that affect?
No, that's not going to impact that
No,
in any way, shape, or form. I would speak to an American lawyer if I were you.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do
You
that.
had 20,000, right?
Just put all your proof together of all of your bits, and because one of the hardest things for a lot of people is to prove a loss, but
Yeah.
it's very easy for you to prove a loss because you even had a signed contract. Yeah, so if I was you, I would just Google anyone who has taken Facebook, or I'd have a look if this has happened to someone else and just see what lawyer they
50
used.
Cent happened to him.
So
50
then,
Cent.
Yeah,
The
the thing
rapper.
is, the rapper. But the thing is, he had a friend who worked in Instagram. I think it's either his friend or a friend of a friend, and all he had to do is just do the call, say, "Hey, my account got deleted," and they got the account back like the second day.
I
so
want
that's even better.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, guys. I want to talk about something.
Tell me.
Not the technical, because you can always talk to him about the technical
Sure.
later,
Sure.
right? But I want to talk about the dopamine. You know, like the problem that we have is like,
Dude.
okay,
Yeah.
my life is based around likes and comments
Yeah.
and shares.
Yeah, there's a lot of articles that say you shouldn't let your children see social media.
No,
because
but
of the
it's a
dopamine
real
impact.
thing. By the way,
It's definitely a real thing.
It's affecting me
It's
personally.
affecting
really?
everybody. Yeah.
It doesn't affect you?
Because I've been reading about this as well. I'm conscious about how I use social media, and I use meditation to get
No,
around
but
it.
honestly, it does. The dopamine is a real thing.
It's a real thing, man. In Instagram, you are the user and a consumer at the same time. You're an unpaid employee.
Yes,
Okay, you work for them,
yes.
and at the same time you're a product.
Yes.
They
'Cause
sell
you're an addict.
not only that, you're a product because they sell your information. At the same time, you buy it.
Yes.
You're everything.
Yes.
You work for them. You consume their content. They sell you, and you buy them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a curseful loop, and they just use you and use you and keep using you.
That's the craziest thing. It's
Yeah.
like you're the business,
Yeah.
and you're the addict at the same time.
Yes.
But let me ask you about the dopamine.
Right. Oh,
Personally,
tell me.
how did this make you feel? Like losing that dopamine effect?
It was drugs. It was drugs, man.
Did it feel hard?
And in the beginning, it felt like, oh my God, I need to go back. But then, not knowing that, call it detox, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, a rehab.
Like a rehab, yeah.
Yeah, but for 3 months, I felt like, I'm done.
Did you use your phone as much? So you actually... Because I know some people who deleted their social media for this reason.
It's like imagine the online space is like your drug. And now you don't have drugs.
Man. Dude,
and now you don't have drugs.
Dude, it's drugs. It's literally drugs, man. What happens because you are the product and they play with your attention.
Yeah.
That's the currency on Instagram is attention. And your dopamine level is always high.
Yeah.
It's drugs, man. It's how drugs work. It's how sugar works. It's how food with a lot of carbs and sugar works. Dopamine. And they play with that. There is another Omar and another Hussein right now, a replica of you guys on social media that they know you more than you at this point.
Yes.
It is crazy. It is scary. It's not only that documentary we've been watching. It is real. So after that, I'm like, I'm done.
Did it depress you?
Yes. I went through depression. 3 months.
Man, you know that's
So,
tough.
I mean, that's interesting. But what brought you out? Like, so you said you went through it.
Yeah.
So if anyone listens to
Wait,
this...
the question is, have you come out?
Well, here's the thing. Let's say I still get triggered.
What does that mean?
Okay, well, I have personal things going on even with Instagram, right? And so what happens now, if you notice that on my Instagram, I'm not following anybody.
Yeah.
There's 0 followers. 0 following. It's just because that's it. I got overwhelmed with a lot of information from certain people and certain stuff, and I had to get myself away from all of this now. So I use Instagram. Like, here's the thing. It was easier for me to set an Instagram account than a website.
Yeah, of course.
So I would just post my stuff. I didn't tell anybody that I had an Instagram account. Didn't tell anybody. I just put it out there, post. So just in case that somebody wants to know about my work, here's my work, and that's it. Whatever pictures or videos I have left on Google Drive or on my phone, right?
Yeah.
But somehow people found me, and you know, a certain guy called Hussein, Hustle Kitchen, did an amazing job, and even a hashtag.
Hey, I did a hashtag. Follow Baraa. Hashtag. By the way, guys, if you're watching, hashtag follow Baraa.
Man,
follow at
thank
Baraa
you.
BH.
Thank
Like,
you.
this is my life's mission
Appreciate
now.
you, man. I appreciate you for that. It's just that I used to be in a rat race. Followers, comments, likes. I always have to be there. I always have to present something that others don't. And I felt good because I was one of the few people that I know myself that have been emceeing events around the world, like, you know, whether Macau or Portugal or Maldives, the States. I was the first Bahrain to host an event in Egypt, and one of the first individuals to actually do that in Egypt for that certain area of gaming and esports. The first guy to host a Comic-Con in Saudi Arabia, the first host of a Comic-Con in Kuwait, the first host of a Comic-Con in Bahrain. Most of the gaming events, like 80% of the gaming and the pop culture events in the GCC, I was there hosting it for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And all was that documented in my Instagram account. Gone in 1 second.
Let me. Sorry, can I ask a question?
Sure.
This seems like a deep topic at the moment. like imagine someone else in your shoes, not you,
Right.
right? So they spent a lot of time. They're building their account. They're building their followers. They're doing videos, photos, whatever.
Right.
And then it's
That's
gone.
it. That's it. That's it. Do you know Movie Convo?
No.
Okay, he's a movie critic and a movie reviewer. He got his account deleted. He was not good at all. He felt bad, and it was really harsh, but he got it back. Alhamdulillah. He's back now. He's active, and he learned. But he knew one thing, that he never knew the impact of losing an account like that.
Do you know the toughest thing is, like, I don't have big followers. Like, even on this podcast, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think we have 211 subscribers on
200
YouTube.
beautiful
Three
followers.
and a half thousand followers on Instagram. Whatever.
Awesome.
It's not
Bless
big.
you guys
it's not
for doing
big.
that.
It's not big. But just to get to that level, the effort that I had to put in just to get there, I can't imagine what it feels like when you've done 10x that.
Yeah, but my question is for you. So, having come through that, and if there is something you can share with someone who's going through a similar journey, What words can you share with them?
Oh man,
That's a good question.
that is a thing is what I wish I had, but the thing is I couldn't because again, I mean, this year and last year on a personal level, there's a lot of challenges that I'm facing right now. Okay, but be with friends, be surrounded with friends. Yeah, because the problem is it's mental.
Yeah.
And it's an attack from within. Not good. Not good. Not cool.
So did you change any aspects of your life? Are you doing? Are you treating life differently now?
Here's the interesting part. It's that it felt like as if Corona was not a big of enough of a hit, that this comes along with it, right? So it was like, okay, now I need to reset. That's it. Not go whatever I used to do before. It will not work anymore. I need to let that go. That's it. I need to find something new.
So what was this reset?
Because here's the thing. Because I had to leave my house back in December. And
What do you mean leave your house?
It's a different topic altogether.
Okay, all right.
Believe me.
Personal stuff.
No, don't worry. We'll wait for another podcast.
Yeah.
And then now I'm living in a new place temporarily. So it's like a reset in the sense. Yeah, ask me the question again.
Yeah. So like you said, you did a reset on
Yeah.
you. So what did that practically mean? Like for me,
Yeah.
every periodically, I look at how I value life.
Right.
What brings me joy.
Exactly.
And I don't. Have you? Was it that Condoleezza? There's that art of. God, I'll remember it.
I didn't
soon.
know Condoleezza Rice.
No, it's basically it's a minimalist way of living. Only
Yes.
keep stuff that you need.
Yes.
And I found
Oh,
that
I know that. That's
joy.
a Japanese woman or
Japanese.
something.
I can't remember her
Yes.
name, but
Okay.
I live like that.
She's
And
like, remove everything you don't need.
yeah,
So-
does it bring
yeah.
you joy?
Now-
That whole thing.
The thing that happened there, because in the last 2 years, not only me, but a lot of people, we lost a lot. Okay. So that was the last thing to lose, my Instagram account.
Okay.
And that's it. That was like, now it's gone. So literally, I think I lost a lot of things.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah.
And
So
that-
then let's keep going. That. So when you lost, what did you do to
I
overcome
feel like
this?
like I knew that that's it. It's gone. You know.
Yep.
And now in that case, I would say that's it. Then I don't have to go back to that anymore. I don't have to
Yes.
go back to that rat
So
race.
you quit.
Partially, yes.
So you quit.
Yeah, partially, I quitted social media.
Okay,
Yes.
so then what else did, I want to hear more about what changes you made in your life
Okay,
after
well-
that, because you're now aware the impact that social media had. You've
Yeah.
taken the decision not to go back. You know that's ended. So what did you do? What changed in you as a person?
Now, for those 3 months, and I'm still suffering from it, but now I'm taking like whatever I can. Is that the things that I need to do is talk to people that I care about, that I know they know me, and I can go deep with that talk and just have that quality conversation where I'm just vulnerable, no filters. I'm just talking. It's like, this is how I feel. I cried, I crashed, and I'm like, I need to talk.
Do you know what the best asset that I found? Because I've been through a lot in my life as well. And the best asset I found was having friends where you can just have a very straightforward conversation and tell
Right.
them the truth
Right.
without
Right.
judgment,
Yes, without judgment. man.
and then listen to their opinions.
Totally.
Like that is I feel that's an asset.
Yeah, and you're blessed to have that. Some don't.
Well, he's one of those guys, right?
I can tell, man. You're amazing.
So when you say you're blessed to have that, some don't. I mean, what do you mean?
Come
Saying
again?
some people don't have friends.
They don't
and
have
circles
friends that
around
I-
them.
It's not easy.
I know. I want to hear your particular view on this because you've gone through something that's.
By the way, I'm not
unusual
completely
for
out of it
most.
right now. I'm still like suffering a little. I wouldn't say suffering, but I'm still triggered a bit. But what I do right now is that I feel better in the sense that I have more control of how much I would consume Instagram or social media. And then I'm going to give you some numbers that's happening on TikTok, by the way. I didn't even...
Oh, wait. That's a very good point.
But-
Before we get to that point,
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm always here for you. If you ever need to talk about anything,
Thank you, man.
I'm always here for you.
You're sweet.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
You had some weird numbers about TikTok
Yeah.
and the consumption.
But we'll talk about that in a bit, But the thing is with like, so now, but even though like I would say my brain remembers how overwhelmed I was before. And how certain posts or certain information would trigger me big time.
Interesting.
And because again, I mean, it's social media, right? Everybody's there, and some people are a bit too personal and they reveal a bit too much. And certain people do affect you more than others.
Interesting.
Whether it's an ex-wife or whether it's an ex-friend or ex-girlfriend or ex-boss, whatever, or scene or anything, people have PTSD and they don't know they have it.
That's strong. That's a strong comment.
So,
That's a strong
by the way,
comment.
that's so true.
They
By
don't
the
even
way,
know. They get
Comment.
triggered and they feel bad. It's like, I don't feel good today because maybe you have it.
yeah, and then on the flip side, they're like, I feel great, and yet you're consuming content that
Yeah.
gives you PTSD.
But I think there's a narrative that I'm not hearing discussed enough, and I think you've gone through this in a very manual, forced upon you way, where you've had to examine your relationship to social media.
Yeah.
But I think there is a role of friends who are around
Yes.
you and parents,
Yes.
because it's a tool, and if you don't educate yourself on how to deliberately use that tool, and if you're passively just using it,
No,
it will become that.
No, it's
you know,
okay.
use it as a
That's a
tool.
point. Okay, well, let me get back to you on that. The problem is, let's say maybe it's a bad comparison, but let's stop me just the moment you feel it was a bad comparison. A car is a tool, right?
Yes.
That's it. There are no updates.
Gets you from A to B.
That's it. You buy it as it is. There are no updates. The problem is with Instagram, man. It's not only a tool; it's a living, breathing tool.
I was just.
I agree with you.
It knows you.
It is.
It
But
records
if
you.
if you let it treat you that way, fine. But I'm saying if you have this active awareness, for example, in the morning, wake up, don't check your social media.
Right.
Don't look for
But
is
they
not-
engineered it that way.
Yeah,
This
but
is-
you're aware
okay,
of it. That's what I'm saying. With education,
I'm
people
sorry.
should use
Okay.
it.
Can I just say something?
I see his point. I hear it.
I'm in the middle of this. I see Omar's point as in the logical way of dealing with it.
Right. 'Cause he has
And
a
I
strength.
see your point as in the humanity, like the realistic way of that it happens.
Oh, yes.
That it just happens, right?
Yes.
It's like, I'm sorry, this is a bad example, but it's like, like a drug is a drug, but you don't have to be addicted to it.
No, that's also not true. Some drugs.
No,
might
but
be
I'm saying,
Yeah.
no, but I'm
Some
saying,
no, I
things
hear,
that
I
just
hear, I
make you
hear.
addicted.
but what I'm saying is a lot of people get addicted to it, right? And so, like, when it comes to social media, yes, it's a tool and everything that you're saying, because that's the way you deal with it. But in reality, 90% of the population don't. And that's why the dopamine effect is so high.
You know what
I'm
he
saying
said?
Is it needs people around you to share the message of like use it as a tool.
He said one word that a lot of people don't do or even understand: meditation. Who meditates here? So you see
You guys
yourself.
not meditating?
What's that?
You guys not meditating?
See, this is not a normal practice.
think it's a
You know,
What I'm
I
saying
mean,
is you're not a normal
You're amazing
guy.
for doing that. You're amazing for doing that. To be self-aware, to understand what's going on.
But it's not the norm.
It's like the problem is
And a lot
it's
of
like
people
it's like here in Bahrain, I would say they will eat their JSMs, they'll go to Jamburger, they will drink their Pepsi, they won't exercise, they won't work out, they will play their video games and consume social media.
Yeah.
Like no tomorrow.
But I agree with you. But what I'm saying is fundamentally the same thing that you said when you had your problem with social media, surround yourself with friends.
Yeah.
I think it is the role of the community as the support in real life to spread awareness on it's a tool.
But it's not.
And
No one's
use
doing.
it-
But no one's doing that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's all of our places like this forum, places like yourselves in any conversation.
what he's trying to
be
say-
real in that
Interesting.
way with people and say,
Interesting.
how do you? I speak
Okay.
to my nephews and
Okay.
nieces about this stuff.
Now I see what your
How
point
are
is.
you using it as a
Now-
tool?
I totally agree with Omar on the point, but the thing is, like, for example, on this podcast we can talk about this, but tomorrow, it's like whatever you've posted, regardless of this conversation,
Okay.
they're gonna look at it like, how many likes did I get? How many shares did I get?
they?
How many?
Here's the thing.
Most people.
okay.
Most people. I'm generalizing, but it's
Okay.
most people.
On Facebook right now, but it's not there on on Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. It's not there out there. It's in settings. There's an option called emotional health.
No
Because-
one presses that.
Nobody knows that, right? Thing is, I think what you're talking about is that we will reach to a level where there is enough evidence and research and R&D to show how impactful social media is, to the point social media will be treated maybe, I wouldn't say like cigarettes, where there is a disclaimer saying that, hey, by the way, this can cause A, B, and C.
By the way, I believe in the future there will be.
By the
There
way,
will be a disclaimer.
depression, anxiety,
Yes.
PTSD, it will intensify your PTSD, that kind of stuff, that could actually happen.
Wait, this is an interesting conversation. You're saying no, only if they have strong enough lobbyists. But the reality is, the dopamine effect, the drug, it's like a drug.
You're very hooked on this dopamine effect. You're very, very.
It is the
hooked
main
on
word here.
No,
pretty
yeah,
much,
no,
yeah.
you brought this up a few times.
But it's a true effect of social media.
Anything's
And
a
it's-
drug if you want to let it be.
By the way, okay.
Anything, you can turn anything.
Did
into
you
that.
did you ever watch the Social Network?
Yes.
Yeah, the Facebook movie, right?
Yeah. Same. Look,
And you know Sean Parker, by the way.
do I know personally? No.
No, but if you watch Sean Parker interviews today, and he's like, "Man, we made a beast. We knew this effect would happen, but we made it anyway.
I mean,
because it makes us profit."
Yeah, but there's a book called The One Thing, and it's talking about choice architecture and how to nudge people, like how you use a default
Okay.
as an option.
Okay.
I think there's somewhere in there's 2 states in America. One of them put the default option that you're an organ donor unless you tick this box, and the other one so you have to opt out, and one says opt in. So choice architecture has always been there.
The choice is there.
Nudging people has always been there. You know, the Obama administration, they used this book as their playbook. Very interesting read. But the point is, people with a financial need, businesses are always going to use choice architecture to get people to do stuff. But it's for you as a person and as a parent, as a person in the community, to have conversations with friends. By the way, I see that maybe you're not being the most healthy with this thing. And instead of saying, don't use your phone, say, look, have you tried not using social media first thing in the morning and tried meditating? So to give people actionable steps that helps them overcome and see this. You can't just say, don't use your phone.
By the way, I just before you continue your point, and I'll just end with this. Sean Parker said, when we built Facebook, we knew this would ruin generations to come, but we did it anyway.
What the heck?
After doing extensive research.
So many companies do stuff like that.
If I would take word by word what you said right now, and I'm loving what I'm hearing here, and I wish I had that kind of strength that you have, man. There's a word in Arabic called aghbatak. It's the opposite of envy. It's like you have something that I don't, and I'm loving it because that you have it, and I hope that I get the same thing as well. So aghbatak.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to try to remember how to say that one.
Akhbatik, bro.
I'm going to butcher that word.
It's the opposite of envy. Envy is like you got something I don't, and
Yeah.
screw you. But no, this is like, no, I'm happy that you have it, and I hope I have it too.
Interesting.
So
Just meditate, you'll get there.
all right, cool. If I would take the same word you said right now, the same sentence, same everything, and I go and show it around to people here in Bahrain, I won't speak about anywhere else.
I'm very interested.
They will. What?
Do you think?
Really? They were like, really?
I agree.
Wait, but you're exaggerating. Whatever, man. We're just having fun.
Oh, you think? I'm going to start surveying people. You think that's what people say?
I think that's what they say as well. I agree with him.
Really?
Okay, in that case, whoever's watching this, please can you put in the comments?
Who tell us? Who's
people
right?
say
Who's
this?
right?
Actually, if they're seeing seeing me right now, and it's like the old Layla, I think Baraa is a bit, exaggerating the moment here. He's
But
like,
you're not.
he's been
Wait.
maybe he's not doing much. You
interesting.
know who else as well got affected by this? And then when he knew what happened to me, he said, Baraa, we need to go and talk about this on a podcast or TV channel. Do you know Khalid al-Mharragi?
Yes.
3D artist.
He's a good friend.
He lost his account. And dude,
He lost his account as well?
I had him on TV. Okay.
I was planning to bring him on the podcast.
Dude, please do. An amazing guy. And thing is, and bring up this topic. He will not stop because it affected him too. You know what happened? He said, I thought I was the only guy who got depressed because around with his friends, they said to him, dude, it's just an Instagram account. But no, it's his
your
life.
fucking.
It's his work.
It's part
It's
of
his
sorry.
diary.
Sorry,
all done.
I said fucking. So
Okay,
we're gonna edit.
It's
this.
your podcast, man. Don't worry about it.
No,
It's your podcast.
But basically, Khalid Maharagi, the most talented
Yeah.
artist, 3D designer in Bahrain,
Got affected.
huge
Yeah,
worldwide audience.
I understand it, but what you've said there, listening to the words that you said, people say, "Oh, it's just Instagram." I think that's the fear of having a genuine conversation. You said to be surrounded by friends who can have a real conversation with you. If you flippantly dismiss someone around you, "Oh, I'm having a problem," and the retort back from those around you is, "Oh, it's just Instagram." That's very dismissive. That's not a real conversation. When you're talking about having real friends, I think people need to analyze what those conversations are.
Sorry, my question to you then, Omar. You have real friends who will be serious and genuine around you, but that's, I would say, 10 to 20% of your life. And somehow today, the 80% is that digital life. I know you don't get it because
Not that I don't get it. I'm saying
because
that if you need to be alive to
but
this.
I'm saying because you don't care about these things.
I do care about this,
But
things,
I'm
but
saying,
if you're conscious of it, it's different.
but I'm saying, 80% of people, it's like that's their life.
I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is you
gotta be
described a
understanding.
moment where you went through this problem and having
Right.
real clear conversations with proper communication,
Right.
that helped you through this.
Yeah.
Right? And what you've described separately is this chap having a different conversation where someone was being dismissive. And you need to be, if you can feel in your heart, what's the
Right.
difference of being dismissive and being honestly there for someone, that's where you get into that place of support.
Okay, here's the interesting part. The people who came to me and been talking to me about this,
Yes.
they're social media, I would say influencers themselves.
Yes.
Like Mohammed Movie Convo with over 100,000 followers.
Yes.
Or Rashid Al-Jodar, he's been dealing with a lot of people, right? Or even Khalid Janahi, he had a talk with me about this. And other friends as well who are not into social media. So I was careful who to talk to about this with. They, even them, you know, they was like, Baraa, just get back again. Don't worry about it, you know?
Do it again.
Do it again. And it's like, here's the thing. I'm like, I can't.
Because the
I don't want
sweat,
to
the
anymore.
blood, sweat, and tears.
I don't want that. I don't want to do that again.
Because the blood, sweat, and tears you put in the first place.
Even though Mohammed Movie Convoy, you know, himself, he understood because he said, I lost my account and I know how it felt. But the thing is, he's way more invested than me because at the end of the day, I was just documenting my life. And at those last few months before I deleted my account got deleted, I directed it to the point that now this is going to be a platform for content to be consumed on Instagram and know what's happening in real life. Mohammed Movie Convo, that was his platform. He was creating content to be consumed on Instagram. And when he lost it, oh my God.
Baraa, can I ask you a question?
Ask.
You today have a platform. You are now the face of BTV Bahrain now.
One of the faces.
Like you have a platform. That's a platform.
Right.
And every person you interview, they share that content.
Right.
You have the face. You are the face. You can build it again.
Thing is, do I want to? That's
I don't
the
know.
question.
Do you?
Well, that's what you were going towards earlier. So
Yeah.
is there anyone advising you about this, or are you making these decisions yourself?
Everybody, like most of the people around me, they're telling me it's like, look, but just open a new page, open a new account, and you're good to go. But thing is, I know what I felt.
Yes.
I know what I've been through. And I felt it was real, it was evident.
Yes.
Will I go back? Maybe. I don't know. Full force? Maybe. I'm posting a bit now and then, but for the time being, what appeals to me is that I want to keep my distance.
Okay.
That's how I feel right now. Will things change? I don't know. Now, here's the thing. I thought of going on TikTok, and I took a TikTok course, by the way.
Oh, you did?
There's a TikTok academy.
Where? In Bahrain?
And on TikTok itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
and I know
yeah.
people working in TikTok,
Yes.
and they were so good to me, and they were giving me advices. So I went to TikTok for a certain period, and I was posting content, you know, and it was different because I had to do that. I had to do that because the contract that I had with the client, I had to go to another platform ASAP and create that content.
So we were talking about TikTok.
Right.
And you were saying how you had to move to that platform.
Yeah, because, you know, losing Instagram, and I know Instagram, the algorithm of Instagram is just horrendously difficult. You don't know what's going on over there, what works and what doesn't, and everybody knows, right? Everybody's like, do this, do that, it will work. Use this hashtag and do this and get mentioned. Baba, khalas. No. The algorithm keeps changing over and over. There is one big oracle, and there are like 7 algorithms beneath that, and each algorithm does something different. It just, dude, it's the matrix altogether.
I have to say something here. You have a marketing company, Omar. How important are hashtags to your content?
You can actually measure it, my darling.
You can?
You can.
All right,
you
darling.
can. Yeah,
What is that? What does that mean?
It means when you look at a post, you can have a look how much reach you're getting from using your hashtags.
So are you suggesting hashtags are important?
Extremely. But it's the way you use them, how many you use them, where you're using them. It makes the big difference. But you can instantly see the impact of how much your reach is from hashtags.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's talk TikTok now.
Well, but just back to his point.
Back to his point?
The
Okay.
interesting part is that for common people, like they will say do this and do that. But then, let's say, and one of the talks I really appreciated is Sheikha on TV. When she was talking about how exactly she would use social media as platform.
The psycho, what did she say? Psycho something?
Psycho-
Psycho advertising.
Psycho advertising.
How do you know that?
I coined the phrase.
Big shout out to you, Sheikha. Big shout
Hey,
out to you,
Sheikha, what's
Sheikha.
up?
You are awesome. You're beautiful inside and out, mind, body, and soul. Anyways,
Psycho advertising.
so she knew her stuff. So I would listen to her, no props. But if I want to take social media or Instagram seriously, but then when we went to TikTok, dude, it's a different beast.
Yep.
altogether.
It's a different beast.
Yep.
It is a different beast.
Dude.
There's no logic.
There is. We had to talk about
Is
it.
there
Actually,
logic?
there is,
big
man.
logic,
The
yeah.
algorithm is an actual AI.
You know, I get 1,000 views for posting like a 10-second video of my kid just being like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Why 1,000 views? I don't understand.
Well, we can talk about this in another podcast.
Yes,
It has,
it's a very deep
It's
conversation.
regional. It's but let
There's
me
a lot
tell-
behind it,
There's
yeah.
a lot behind it. I mean, it's a viral machine at this point.
All right.
But like as I've been working more with TikTok, and honestly, they've been so good to me. They were friendly.
They're good to you.
They support me.
I like their support.
The
They're really,
support is
they get
amazing.
they get on
Dude,
Zoom calls.
It's on
yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will tell her I have a problem A, B, and C, and she will solve it.
Yeah. WhatsApp groups. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like TikTok
Dude,
support.
and they take care of their
So
influencers.
Bahraini views on TikTok.
I'm telling about that. So even though with that, I just thought like social media was a bit too much for me at this point.
Yeah.
For this period.
You're done.
For now, yes.
Are you a TikToker?
For a certain period, I was really into it, and I took a TikTok course for 1 week, and
You did
understood like what it works and what you would use, the algorithm, all that kind of stuff. And it's, dude, if you think Instagram had a lot going on, go to TikTok. I mean, holy moly! Here's the thing: Bahrain right now with views,
Holy moly. I like this. All right.
like, whew. Thing is with TikTok right now, from what I understood, the average Bahraini would use it at least 7 times a day.
Yes.
A day.
A day.
Yeah.
Now,
It's like more than prayers.
how many times do you pray?
5.
Okay, cool. Alhamdulillah. And you do the extras as well, the nawafil.
All right.
Okay.
We're not going to get into that. But
That's-
yeah.
Yeah, the Bahrain numbers were very interesting. Saudi numbers were even more. They opened
Well,
it way more.
let's-
Saudi's more than that?
Dude, like Bahrain alone,
Yeah.
Bahrain alone
Okay.
was, so it's like the average of between 7 to 20 minutes every session, 7
Yeah.
times a day.
Every session.
Session, like a session, it's
7
like
times a day.
session when you go on your phone and
just check it
That's
out.
a session, right? That's
Okay.
it, and you check. So it goes between 7 minutes up to 20 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, per session, 7 times a day,
Yeah.
more
That's
than an hour.
huge.
But that's not the huge part.
Huh?
Like Trump will say, huge. No. How many views do you think Bahrain consumes per month? Give me a number.
Good
No, yeah,
question.
give-
Good
give me a
question.
number.
Good
Give me a
question.
number.
All
Give me a
right.
number.
All right. I'll take a guess.
Yeah.
And then Omar can give his
Sure.
guess. I think he's more incited into these things.
I had a meeting with them last week.
I'm sure he
So-
did.
so you're
No, no,
not gonna-
from-
I'm not
from
gonna
his-
jump in.
from the way he was, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think he
I
even had
would-
the same proposal and all that with the
I think so,
campaigns and all
yeah.
that. Yeah, pretty cool
I
stuff. by
would
the way.
say I would say around 1 billion views a month.
Cute. 3.3 billion and more.
Wait, why did you say that? I was waiting for his answer.
I knew.
Because he knew. He had the same meeting that I
But I
had.
wanted him to like say that.
He had the same meeting that we had.
Yes.
But
Okay,
honestly,
fine.
it's a rough number. I mean, we can't even give you the exact one. It's around 3+ billion.
That is 300x of the
That's
population.
Bahrain alone.
That's 300x of the population.
It's Bahrain alone.
Also, the other part that's interesting is it's who's looking at it. The age demographic is not young.
Dude, the
It's
age,
very
the
interesting.
age
Okay,
range,
okay,
the
okay,
demographics.
okay, wait,
Oh my
wait.
God, dude,
All right.
that was a mind-blowing
All right,
moment.
wait.
We were
Stop.
shocked. We were
Stop. All right. What is the age demographic?
Of TikTok? What
Yes.
do you think it is?
I don't, dude.
Take a
I'm
guess.
not. I didn't have a conversation with
that's
TikTok
my
yesterday.
point. Have a guess. What do you think?
Hello,
the age-
TikTok. Maybe you want to have a meetup with us.
Yeah,
Well, I've actually invited him onto the podcast.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ribal?
Yeah, I think so.
Ribal?
Yeah,
Really cool guy.
really nice guy.
Really cool guy.
Yeah, I've invited him on.
All right. So what is the age demographic?
What do you think
Okay,
it
you
will
want to
be?
take his guess?
Yeah.
18 to 25 is my guess.
I think it was up to 40, 50, I think.
Let's say 80% is above the kids range.
Yeah, it's not youth.
I said 18 to 25. That's not kids.
But up to
Youth.
35.
Yeah, this is not a young age group that's using this.
TikTok's not for
This is
kids.
millennials.
So TikTok is
It's our
next,
generation.
is the next thing.
It is the thing.
No, not next thing. It's the current thing.
It's what's
the thing.
happening
It's
right
the
now.
current thing.
The way they do marketing, they get involved with you.
Yes.
It's not like freaking
Because they care.
And I will say,
They care.
not like freaking Instagram. Hey, pay, and we just sponsor ad, dude. No,
Yeah.
They
would.
care. They sponsor your shit.
No, they build
They
campaigns.
promote
They
your
will come.
content.
They will.
they do way more
They'll
than that.
engineer a campaign.
Yeah.
Engineer it. Use the hashtag, the music, and all, and they have different spots. Instagram has only one.
Yes. You can show a
That's
TikTok
crazy.
ad
You know,
to
you know
the
what?
entire
You know what?
country.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
So
I really like it.
3.5 billion
Yeah, but
in
it's not just
Bahrain,
that.
for an island of 1.5 million people.
It's
That's a lot of content
It's the
consumption.
user experience. It's the way that the account managers work with
but you know what?
It's I like it a lot.
Omar, this is me coming back to you, talking about dopamine again, where you're like, hey, you keep using the word dopamine, but I'm like, dude, 3.5 billion views for 1.5 million population.
And
10
that's
times
what
more than
society-
Instagram.
That's a lot of dopamine.
10 times more than Instagram.
Mate, this
That's
is-
a lot of dopamine.
Yeah, I understand, but this is for everyone to educate themselves how to use the digital world. You'll look back at this in 50 years' time. People are like
Listen,
throwing
you're like, you know why I love you, Omar? You're like my old uncle.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like, you know, like you know, always giving the wise advice and the wise words, and you're refusing to accept dopamine as an
No,
effect.
I think you're missing it. I'm not saying, for some reason, you've got this hook on dopamine being
Look,
fake, but I'm not saying dopamine isn't a thing. I'm saying you are in control of your own life. If you want to let it be governed by other people, let it be
You know
governed.
what's the
Old
crazy?
wise
you-
uncle.
You know what's the crazy part? I saw the documentary Social Dilemma on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Oh my
information.
God, it was crazy.
I felt like, oh my God, this is so bad. I didn't stop social media.
No, let me ask you.
I was still watching it.
Actually, that's a good question. I'll ask you about this question. Social dilemma.
Yeah.
You know, like when you watch the documentary, you're like, okay, they're spying on us, they're listening to everything, blah 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 blah, right? It didn't stop you, right?
No, I didn't.
It doesn't stop you, right?
It's like when they're telling you, hey, carbs is bad for you. This is bad for you. This could cause you cancer, but you're so addicted to it. You love it so much. I'm like, okay, I will just damper it down a bit. But it didn't stop.
Just like the Netflix documentary about eating McDonald's every day. All I wanted to do was eat McDonald's after watching the show.
That's super gross. I would give one tip on how to use social media. One of the ways that I use it is if I'm actually looking for a restaurant or I'm about to travel or I need to buy a thing, I'll deliberately search for that and I'll tell my friends about this. So I don't have to browse the internet to find it. For someone who cares about their brand enough to be doing advertising will find me. It curates my shopping and my experiences because I'm deliberate about it.
Well, that's fantastic for you.
That's what you should do. Make it a tool.
It disturbed marketing altogether, man. Social media, it disturbed everything.
I don't know about this.
You know what? I
Evolution.
honestly, I agree with.
Like, but in a good
I
way.
agree with
It's a
that.
good disturbance.
It's good and bad. And the thing is, you can make a living off social media.
Oh yeah, I know people who are right now 7,000 Bahrain dinars
100%.
per month out of YouTube CBMs. We have another guy without mentioning names. Maybe one day he's gonna be here. We're talking about maybe from what I've been asking around, it's like how much is he earning? 20K Bahraini dinars a month.
That's amazing.
Good for him.
It's amazing. That's what I'm saying. It's an opportunity. So, anyway, guys, Baraa.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I loved having you on the show.
Oh man, it's been a pleasure.
I think we had a crazy episode with you,
Been a pleasure, honestly.
and I'm so happy that you were so transparent on the show.
Man, I mean, this has been like a good talk. Thank you so much. Like a mini therapy, I would say.
A
at
mini
some
therapy,
point.
yeah.
It's good to hear from different point of views, you know, what's
Yeah.
going on and what's happening. But I mean, but the only way maybe for me just to see what happened is that I had to go through this hit, and it was a painful one. And am I out of it right now? Not completely. I'm trying different things. I'm learning more about me that I never knew about before.
That's so nice to hear. Oh, learning about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I never knew I had ADHD only after this hit.
You have ADHD?
I had,
You know I have ADHD.
I know.
It's my thing.
There was few words you said. I'm like, he has ADHD.
I have ADHD.
You know why?
By the way, I
When-
do have that.
When I had the interview with you on TV, I
Yeah.
knew you had ADHD. That's why I was like,
we were like the same. We're the brothers.
That's why I let you like talk. Because I know thoughts will just be coming in. And his
honestly.
that's why he knows the word dopamine. Because ADHD people, pressures, they actually really appreciate that word a lot.
Yeah.
Dopamine is a big thing for us.
Omar doesn't get it. But you know what, Omar?
I don't know why you keep saying I don't get it. I don't think you're listening, mate.
Do you get it?
Say I don't think you're listening.
I
I don't think you're listening.
Omar, listen, I love having you on this show. And you know, we're going to have amazing guests coming up as well after Baraa. You know what I mean? Like, this show, guys, if you're watching, please subscribe, like, comment, and let us know what you want to watch, because whatever you're interested in, we're going to talk to them.
Absolutely. Let me know if we should get that TikTok chap on.
Oh, yeah.
The TikTok chat.
Dude, it's gonna be crazy to have him over, man. That's what I love about TikTok, because they will talk. They're open about it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
He's in Dubai, though, so we'll have to go to Dubai.
Well, we are going to Dubai next, but let us know, who else would you like to see in Dubai? Because I don't want to go for one trip for one person. Like, let's do like 3-4 guests at the same time. So if you have someone that you'd like us to interview in Dubai, let us know in the comments. Subscribe, like, and Baraa, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
on
for
the show.
having me. Really.
Pleasure.
This was a real pleasure, by the
Oh,
way.
definitely. The pleasure's all mine.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate it.
Peace out.
All right.